I'll be darned. Look at those things up there. They point outward, not upwards. Folks, I wouldn't be worried about satellites. They do have flying objects in the sky, but there's no such thing as satellites way up in space beaming down onto people. They do have drones and whatnot. This is more than for your cell phone service, folks. Look at the size of it. Use your instinct. That is a population control grid, of which we may not have felt yet, but they can crank these things up. Look at the amount of electric going into them. It's absurd. If you go on the other side and up through there, there'll be a giant electrical box right over on the other side of that fence. Now, that's a pretty big tower. I don't think the wind's gonna knock it down. I hope the gerbils and the squirrels don't get chewing up those cables. That would be a horrible thing if the electric wire got chewed through, wouldn't it? You wanna know if people start actually getting sick, which they haven't yet, and that's what all the hospital watchers across the country that have been taking out their own video cameras, because it's time we keep the media honest. We have to, folks. We cannot let it go their way. What they have in store for us is that kind of stuff. And it takes your humanity, it takes your own soul away eventually. So wake up, get off the digital, keep as much reasonably human as you can. These things are to dehumanize us and to take away our liberties and our freedoms. The Constitution doesn't have any infringements upon people being able to gather and protest their grievances against the U.S. government. The only thing we can look at this point is it is a stalling game going on up there. How can the market go up when 70% of the people are out of work? I mean, it's ghost town after ghost town after ghost town after ghost town, from small to mid to big size companies. It's just a stall, folks, until they start getting the military in. Now, you know that you don't know hardly anybody at all that's had any unregular kind of illness. And if it is, it's probably coming from there. There are certain sectors that do have that up and running. You get away from those towers and those spots, suddenly you start to feel okay. Now, Bill Gates, the number one czar enemy against the state, is trying to impose medical martial law as a computer guy. He wants us to take vaccines. Well, look what his vaccines did over in Africa, as it spread the AIDS disease through the polio vaccine. Those things are dangerous. You want to stay safe, healthy? Do not get tested. It's going to test you positive. That way they can start separating the families. This thing is nothing but a big staged plan. Nothing more, nothing less, and they cannot win unless we go along with it. So use your noggin, steadily, regularly work your way out of being under tyranny, and that's what it is. And then we'll be all right. And we'll change their tune. And then we'll work it out from that point. Damn towers.